Petrol prices are rising, climate change is accelerating, and car companies are going electric faster than ever. So the big question is, should you choose a petrol hybrid or a full electric car? More importantly, which one is cheaper in long term and which one is actually better for the planet? Today, we're putting petrol hybrids and electric vehicles head-to-head in several rounds. Let's get started. Round 1. Emissions. Hybrid cars burn less fuel than traditional petrol vehicles. They use electric motors at low speeds, so city driving produces fewer emissions. It's a clear improvement over petrol cars. But electric vehicles don't burn fuel at all. Even when electricity is generated from fossil fuels, EVs are often cleaner overall due to their high energy efficiency. And crucially, their environmental footprint continues to shrink as power grids transition to renewable energy. When it comes to emissions, electric vehicles take the crown. Round 2. Cost and maintenance. Hybrid cars are more expensive than regular petrol vehicles. And on maintenance side, since it uses both internal combustion system and the battery system while driving, the hybrid cars require maintenance of their both systems, which are costlier than a petrol car. Electric cars are 15 to 20% more expensive upfront than same model hybrid cars. But in case of running cost, electricity is cheaper than petrol in most countries, and maintenance is much simpler. With fewer moving parts, no engine oil, and fewer mechanical components, EVs often end up being cheaper to own over time. For cost and maintenance, EVs win again. Round 3. Convenience and range. This is where hybrids shine. They don't need to be plugged in. Just fill up at any petrol station, and you can drive long distances without worrying about charging. For cross-country trips or areas with limited infrastructure, hybrids are more practical. Electric vehicles require charging. In cities with home or public chargers, this isn't a problem. But in rural or less developed regions, range anxiety and limited charging stations can be challenging. In this round, petrol hybrids take the win. Flexibility and convenience are still their strongest advantage. Round 4. Technology and future. Hybrids are becoming cleaner and more efficient, with smarter energy use and better mileage. But their future is closely tied to petrol, which means continued emissions and dependency on fossil fuels. But electric vehicles are part of a fundamental transformation of transportation. EVs aren't just changing propulsion. They're integrating with energy systems, renewable grids, smart tech, and software-defined vehicle platforms. Many EV manufacturers are building cars that are almost ready for next-generation driver assistance or even self-driving features, because the EV control system, electrical architecture, and connectivity are already designed for it. Hybrids can adopt some of this tech too, but they're limited by legacy engine systems and mechanical complexity. So in this round, EV is the winner. Round 5. Resale value. Hybrids traditionally have had more predictable and stable resale values, largely because they use mature tech and carry less uncertainty about battery life and long-term costs. EVs have historically faced steeper early depreciation because of battery concerns and fast-evolving technology, but that trend is changing. With better infrastructure, more buyers, and stronger warranty frameworks, EV resale values are improving, and in some segments, even rival hybrid values, especially for popular or premium models. In this round, both scores equally. Round 6. Long-term sustainability. Hybrid cars reduce fuel consumption and emissions, but they are still dependent on fossil fuels. They help in the short term, but they don't solve the bigger problem of climate change. Electric vehicles, on the other hand, are future-ready. As electricity grids become cleaner, EVs automatically reduce their carbon footprint. Batteries are recyclable, technology continues to improve, and the entire system aligns with a low-carbon future. When thinking about the long-term impact on the planet, electric vehicles clearly lead the way. So who wins the overall battle? Here, the clear winner is EV. But if you're an average driver thinking about your next car purchase, the decision between a petrol hybrid and a full electric vehicle ultimately comes down to your lifestyle, budget, and priorities. Here's a simple way to decide. Choose a petrol hybrid. If you regularly travel long distances, like intercity or rural trips, and worry about finding chargers, you live in an area where charging infrastructure is scarce or unreliable, and you want the familiar convenience of petrol stations. And finally, the upfront budget matters more than long-term savings right now. And choose an electric vehicle. If your daily driving is mostly urban or suburban, you have access to home or workplace charging, and you care about lower running costs, cleaner air, and reducing your carbon footprint. And finally, you can afford a slightly higher upfront price, but want long-term savings.